All right, let's power up and dive deep into a universe you only thought you knew. We're on a quest to reveal the top 10 sandwich cheese secrets that are going to change the way you eat forever. But wait, stop. Before you even think about making your next sandwich, you gotta hear this. You might be making a huge mistake like every single day and you don't even have a clue. So today, our mission is to journey right into the heart of the deli counter, to uncover the hidden truths, the forbidden knowledge behind the world's greatest sandwich cheeses. And trust me, the #1 secret, it's gonna make you question everything.
Okay, let's do this. Our countdown starts now, and we're kicking it off with a cheese so common, you are gonna be shocked by what it's hiding.
Our first contender coming in number 10 is probably the most famous cheese on the entire planet, American. But don't let that simple look fool you. This cheese is basically living a double life. So get this, over 4 billion slices are sold in the US every single year. That means that right now, this very second, someone somewhere is unwrapping a slice. But here's the secret. It wasn't born on a farm. It was literally engineered in a lab back in 1916 with one single solitary superpower, to create the most perfect, even, glorious melt known to man.
But from the super new, we're going to jump way, way back in time. At number 9, we meet a cheese that's like 700 years old and is still a go-to for sandwiches today.
Think about this for a second. While Christopher Columbus was still just planning his big voyage, Dutch cheesemakers were already wrapping up Edam in wax and shipping it all over the world. But what almost no one knows is that iconic red wax, it's just branding. Yeah, it had zero flavor, it does nothing, it was just an early, clever marketing trick to make it stand out.
From old school branding, let's move to some modern fire. Our number 8 contender is the only cheese on this list that, well, it bites back.
Oh yeah, Pepper Jack. It's this incredible fusion of creamy Monterey Jack and fiery jalapenos. And somehow, even with all that heat, it gives you one of the most cinematic, amazing cheese pulls you can imagine. Its secret origin? It was invented by Mexican immigrants in California who wanted to infuse a little bit of their soul into American cheese. What a delicious cross-cultural masterpiece.
Next up, the cheese you've seen in every cartoon, like ever. At number 7, it's been holding on to a century-old mystery inside its famous holes. So those holes, they actually have an official name. They're called eyes. And for over 100 years, how they got there was a complete scientific mystery. Then, just in 2015, the truth came out. The cause is tiny little particles of hay that fall into the milk. That's it. It just goes to show you that one of the most famous features in the cheese world comes from something as simple as a piece of hay.
Okay, we're at the halfway point, and now we are entering the realm of the heavyweights. The stakes are higher, the flavors are way bolder, and the secrets are even more shocking. Let's go!
At number 6, we have a cheese whose hidden superpower isn't about taste, it's about pure, unadulterated speed. Meet provolone, the speedrunner of the cheese world.
45. What does that number even mean? It's the number of seconds it takes for one slice of provolone to go from solid to golden, gooey, melted perfection under a broiler. 45 seconds. No other cheese on this list even comes close. It's not a contest.
Forget factories. Forget labs. Our next cheese, at number 5, isn't made. It's born. In caves.
Gruyere is aged for up to a year in these damp stone caves, and Swiss law is unbelievably strict about it. They dictate the exact temperature, the type of salt, everything. In fact, every single week, each wheel is literally massaged by hand with salt, kind of like a pro athlete getting a deep tissue treatment to build up its character.
Now for a cheese that can cost hundreds of dollars a pound. At number 4, we have aged cheddar, the king of luxury sandwich cheese and a huge myth that almost everyone believes.
You know those crunchy little bits in a really great aged cheddar? Most people just assume it's salt. It's not. Not even close. Those are pure tyrosine amino acid crystals. They're basically crystallized protein, and each one takes at least 5 years to even form. You aren't tasting salt, you are literally tasting time itself.
But cheese isn't just about science and time. At number 3, we have a cheese that became a symbol of international conflict, the political fire starter, Roquefort.
300%.
In 1999, during a big trade dispute, the US government singled out this legendary French cheese and just hammered it with a staggering 300% import tax.
Almost overnight, Roquefort became a symbol of cultural resistance. In protest, French farmers famously went and dismantled a McDonald's that was under construction. This cheese, made only from sheep's milk and aged in the Combloux caves, had suddenly become a frontline soldier in a global trade war.
And now, for number 2, we've got a cheese born not from war, but from a total happy accident. The legend says we can thank a kind of lazy Italian chef for mozzarella.
Yeah, the story goes that he dropped some cheese curds into a pot of hot water, and instead of a total disaster, he ended up creating this stretchy, pliable, delicious miracle. But here's the real secret. The authentic stuff, mozzarella di bufala, made from water buffalo milk, is a completely different world from the cow's milk version most of us eat. A massive 80% of people have never even tasted the real thing.
We've seen science, we've seen politics, we've seen history, we've traveled from labs to caves. But now it is time to meet the king. At number 1, a cheese so magnificent it was personally endorsed by Napoleon Bonaparte himself. He called it the king of cheeses and the cheese of kings. We are talking, of course, about brie.
But here it is, the secret that changes everything. That fuzzy white rind that so many people just cut off, it's the most important part. It's made from an edible fungus called Penicillin camamerti, and this reveals a hidden connection, because it's a non-toxic cousin of the very same fungus that produces penicillin, the medicine that has saved millions and millions of lives.
So, the next time you hold a piece of brie, you're not just holding cheese, you're holding a piece of medical and culinary history in your hands. That rind isn't just edible, it's a direct connection to one of the greatest scientific discoveries of all time. So now that you know the secrets, the only question left is, what cheese will you choose for your next sandwich?